Daniel Jones, $47.1 million cap hit next year. Listen how the 49ers spent that same money. Same money. Javon Hargrave, $15.5 million cap hit next year. Nick Bosa, $14.6 million cap hit next year. Christian McCaffrey, $14.1 million cap hit in 2024. That's $44 million. You got another $3 million on top of that just to get what Daniel Jones brings, and he ain't even going to play. Not even going to play. The way the Niners are building this team consistently, and I'm not trying to take shots at Daniel Jones. I hope that's not coming across that way. I feel really bad for him. I'm glad he got paid. Do I think he's good? I don't, but I love it when players get paid. However, they built their roster complete backwards, and they're selling assets off already, and we're going to have Hargrave, Bosa, CMC next year. They're not even going to have Daniel Jones. Like, the way the Niners are doing everything, it's going to allow them to continue to be in this position. It really, really is. And so, like, good teams do good things, smart things. And then you look at, this is compounded by the Chase Young trade. You didn't even give up a third-round pick for him. You gave up the last third-round comp pick. It's going to be like pick 102. That's it. You're only paying this dude $500,000 to have for the rest of the year. It's bargain basement shopping at bargain basement prices with high upside. Maybe Chase Young goes out there and balls out, and you sign up to a long-term deal, and you got Bosa and Chase Young for the future. That's a great situation. Now, you'd have to move some stuff. You wouldn't be able to sign all the other guys that we're hoping to sign, but that's a good problem to have. He walks because he plays so well you can't pay him. You get a compensation pick right back. What they're doing makes complete sense. Now, you pair that with, listen to this question. Good friend David, what's up, brother? He says, he texted me this. He said, you think Chase Young helps against the Eagles with his familiarity, being in the NFC East? And at first I was like, no, I don't think so. But then I went through his game logs. He's played against the Eagles 4 times in his career. Now, remember, there's 3 Chase Youngs. There's Chase Young, rookie year, unbelievably great. There's Chase Young injury, which took 2 years to recover from, and he was really bad. Then the third Chase Young, the current installment, this year, Chase Young's great. Again, he's better than he was his rookie year. So I went back the last 4 games against the Eagles. He had 1.5 sack, 1 sack, 1 sack, 0 sacks. That's pretty damn good. So that tells me he shows up at the most opportune moments. Big games, big players show up at big stages, at big games, and make big plays. Chase Young seems to fit that mold. We'll see what that transition is going to be like with the Niners. I fully expect him to go out there and start. I wouldn't be shocked if Cleveland Farrell's the first one out there, but I think Chase Young's going to have a higher snap count. That's what I really care about. I hate that starters are the person that goes out there for the first play. I've never really liked that, especially from a defensive standpoint, because you can scheme whatever else. But whatever. Chase Young should get more snaps. And if he doesn't week 1, he should week 2 with the team. The bye week definitely helps because he'll have that time. Defensive end's pretty damn easy to pick up and transfer and all that stuff. So not too concerned about that. But I am excited about what this Niners team continues to do, and that's build blue chip talent at blue chip positions. Just got to answer the damn call. That's the thing. And, we can look at, so much of, we always talk about sacks, and I feel like we care more about sacks than we do wins at this point, just because of how things have gone. And I'll be honest, I have been harsh, beyond harsh, on Nick Bosa, because I don't think that he has lived up to what he has done in the past. I really, really don't. But it's not like he's been bad. And understand, to much is given, much is required. And Nick Bosa is one of the most talented human beings on the planet. Has he gotten the sacks? He has not. He has not. But Nick Bosa leads the entire NFL in quarterback hits by a wide margin. Now, quarterback hits is a weird metric, and if you look at Pro Football Reference, they have different numbers than Pro Football focus and whatever else. And you can kind of pick that, whatever. But whenever it comes to analytics that are charted like this, I prefer Pro Football Focus. That's just my own personal preference. And if you look at quarterback hits this year, Nick Bosa leads the NFL. He's got 15. The next closest person in the NFL has 10. That is incredible. Now, can he finish some of those and lead to sacks? That would be huge. That would be absolutely huge. He hasn't done that yet. But my criticism of Bosa, I stand by. You got to be better than just quarterback hits. You got to get more sacks. You got to. Now, sacks are one of the worst stats that have been tracked because it's just so damn difficult to use it as an honest metric for the efficiency of a pass rusher. But man, you got to go get it. You got to finish some damn plays. And whenever you're playing against somebody like a Joe Burrow, quarterback hits don't matter because he'll stay in there all damn day. He doesn't care. And that's what beat us. And, you know, I really think that was it. It's just Burrow showed how much better he is than Bosa. And I understand the D end to quarterback, you know, matchup is so weird, but every time Bosa affected a play, Burrow was better. And almost all of Burrow's best plays in the game came with Bosa right in his face. Right in his face ain't good enough. Sometimes you got to finish it. And, you know, Armstead gave Bosa credit for quarterback hits. Yeah, I'm with you. Called him the best pass rusher he's ever played with. I think that's pretty fair. He's played with, you know, DeForest Buckner. You know, there's not really anybody else that really fits that mold. And you just got to get there. And you got to figure those things out, and we'll see. Right here, actually, it's weird seeing Max, Watt, Garrett changing the game every Sunday, and we just get pressures hits from Bosa. But it wasn't that way last year. Last year, Bosa changed the damn games. This year, we have not seen that. And I agree with you. And I would put all three of those guys. I'd put Fred Warner ahead of Bosa this year as an impact player. But yeah, you're right. There are three very clear, very defined pass rushers that are just changing the game week in and week out. And that's Max, Watt, and Garrett. Would I take Bosa over all of them? I would. I would. But this year, I would not. I would not. TJ Watt, I'm taking TJ Watt, man, this year. But I'm not saying get rid of Bosa. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying he has changed. He's changed the game. Every game. Garrett played against us, didn't have a good game, but then the following week he goes out there and blocks a kick, gets sacks, fumble recover, like unbelievable. And yeah, Max Crosby, Max is awesome. That dude's such a good dude. Diamond Dog Sports, thank you for the super chat. He says you got to be critical of Bosa. Holding out didn't help the team get any better. 100% agree there. He wanted the big dog check and got it, but hasn't earned it to me since. And I'm going to add since then. He earned the payday. What he did his rookie year, what he did last year, I think he was the best defensive player both years. This year, I don't even think he's a top 10 guy, personally. He's up there, but he's got to come out and do some more. He's got to. Right here, Kim. He says Chase Young will be wearing number 92. I will take Kim at his word. I have not seen this confirmed anywhere. But I like that number. I ain't mad at number 92. Now, these are the highest approximated value for what they've done with their teams for the 49ers that have worn 92. Abreu Franklin from 2007 to 10. Roy Barker, Quentin Dial, the big dude, Tim Harris, Kerry Hyder, Charles Omenihu, Tony Brown, and there's a bunch more guys on there. And some of them, you know, Lowell Wagner played back in the 40s and 50s, and Paul Crow, the 40s guy. So there's a lot of guys that have donned that number. Oh, we've got confirmation. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, there we go. Welcome, number 92. I love it. Absolutely love it. Because, you know, his numbers were all taken. So, you know, you can kind of pay for a number, which my son did on a JV team this year, which was awesome. Somebody wanted his number. He didn't really care about it, so he made some money. I was proud of him. Get him, you young capitalist. But yeah, it seems like he went with the Kerry Hyder number, which was vacated whenever he left. Yeah. That's awesome. I'd love to see it. Number 92, welcome, man. Can't wait to see him playing. Ed says, John, do you think Bosa is responding to Steve Wilkes' messaging? He wasn't. I'll say this. When Bosa came out and said, yeah, we've been a pass rush 4 team, and we just haven't been that this year, he let Bosa rush one-on-one the whole time. And he did not live up to his side because the last half against the Vikings, he was not double teamed and he didn't win any reps. Now he got pressures. I understand pressures are important, but not against that quarterback. You look at almost the entirety. Bosa went from the most double teamed player in the NFL by a wide margin to now he's like 5th or 6th after 6 quarters. Because when the Vikings played him, they said, look, we're just going to try to do one-on-one and see what happens. And they're like, oh, we can get away with it. He's not winning the one-on-one matchups. And then the Bengals saw that off of bye week, and they're like, hey, let's give it a shot. Guess what? They chipped him some. But I would argue this Bengals game was his lowest double team rate maybe in his entire career. And, yeah, he got a lot of pressures, but didn't win it. So Bosa started this thing, critiquing Wilkes in public, and he only did it after Shanahan. I hate that Shanahan did that. Keep your stuff in-house. Don't put it out there. But, yeah, we'll see. Bosa can be the best. He's not the best right now. He's not. Whether it's one-on-one, he ain't winning. He is not winning. Pressures are great. Quarterback hits are better. At some point, you got to change the game. You got to. And we just haven't seen that. You know what I mean? We just haven't seen it. And so you got to go get that, man. Go get it.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.